I want to welcome you back to Black Site, and today we're going to talk about stop the war between the U.S. and Iran over Iraq. All I have to say right now is here we go again. The United States in the Middle East. First, we go to Iraq over weapons of mass destruction that Iraq didn't have. We go to Afghanistan, basically a death hole for United States military and other militaries in the past. You ask the Russians, Alexander the Great. Obama comes in, he invades Libya. If you want to look at Libya now, it's a failed state with slavery going on. Then, under his administration, we had the destruction of Syria, cities like Aleppo, and we had a huge flow of immigration out of Syria, which went into the Middle East and came to America. And now, this administration, here we go again with Iraq, the most dangerous state in the Middle East. The state that's considered the #1 terrorist state in the world. And yesterday, the United States killed the most hated terrorist in the world, Soleimani. Soleimani is responsible for killing thousands of United States soldiers. If you see any soldiers walking around with missing limbs, he's probably responsible with the IEDs that came from Iran. He's also known for terrorism around the Middle East. He's probably the most hated man in the Middle East. But that does not mean that we should spend our blood and treasure for a country like Iraq or any Middle Eastern failed state. That money should be spent at home. It should be spent on the United States. But this is what the deep state constantly does. Bring us into these endless wars that basically put money in the pockets of the military-industrial complex, in which people become billionaires off of wars that never ends. And American people lose treasure. They lose that their streets aren't being rebuilt. The infrastructure of the country is not being rebuilt. We waste our time in these wars. I thought that the United States should have brought all of their troops home during the Obama administration. I like that President Trump wanted to bring troops home from Afghanistan, but now we're putting more troops back into Iraq because we have to protect our embassy, and we must protect whatever strongholds we have within that country. And you know that Iran has militias that can easily come across the border and attack soldiers. Iran is their expertise is basically in terrorism, so they can attack the United States all around the world. So we must harden everywhere United States citizens are at in this world, and every walking American right now to Iran is someone they would possibly want to kill. The Iranian government is not a popular government within Iran. Many of the people in Iran is under 30 years old. They hate this government that they have to live under. But they don't have the power to overthrow them. And we know the mullahs in Iran would like to bring the United States into a full-fledged regional war. This is what they have always wanted because of their religion. They are considered a death cult. They believe if they can bring along World War III, that their Mahdi will come back and save them. And I hope that this is it. And maybe Iran will learn a lesson, and maybe the United States will hold back. But this is probably the beginning of World War III. And the only people who can stop this war is the people of this country. They will have to go and tell the United States Congress what you can do to stop the authorization of this war. Congress is the only person in this country who can authorize war. But in so many circumstances, we have started wars without any congressional authorization. Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, bombings in Syria, and in Iran. It's supposed to be the people's body who determines if a war should be started. Now we have come to this circumstance in which we are on a full-fledged brink of another Middle Eastern war that can be detrimental to millions of Americans. So the United people in the United States must rise up and say, no more war. We must not have another Iraq. And this could be 10 times worse. Because these people are, like I told you, a death cult. They will do anything to destroy the United States and attack millions of Americans. We must be cautious before we take another step forward into the dark abyss of another war. Just the thing about history you must understand is that you must, I repeat, you must learn from history, or you're doomed to make the same mistakes. And all we have been doing for the last 20 years is making huge geopolitical mistakes in the Middle East, thinking that people will love us. They will never love us. This is why I have called for all of us to get the hell out of the Middle East. Leave these people alone. If they want to die on the vine, let them. Let them take care of themselves. But we can't fix a problem that can't be fixed. Now we're back in another situation that we will find hard to get out of. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.